blow. Get it, feel it with the ceiling. Let you know that I see it and it's my feeling. Better yet, I bring that spirit. Better you know I see it and yeah, I believe it. Testify, I get it mine. Let you know I speak it and I dream it in my eyes. Something about I know it, I wrote it. Something that I say it and it's beyond what I hoped it. Blessings everything that I be saying. Touching everything that I be aiming. So much for y'all being on here. Such a blessing. Such a blessing. You know, it's been a little while so I've been on here, but it's for a good reason. You know, I've been working on self, and self is important when knowledge and understanding. You got to take it back to the old school. You got to get back to that reading, that writing, that arithmetic. With that said, it's just an honor to be sitting right here with you right now. Thank you to the people that's on here, and y'all make a very big difference. Thank you to the new subscribers that are coming on here. Thank you to my haters that's on here. Thank you too. Thank you to the time that everyone has liked, commented, and shared these videos. So far, so good. I really hope that you've been getting some good substance from this. Through everything, you know, through everything that as far as what you've been learning on here, and like when you go out through the day, and then you be like, dang man, this been stuff that's been corresponding with what Royal been talking about, or what you've been talking about, or what you've been seeing in your life and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That it's been really helping you. I really know it have to the people that's on here. I know that I've connected with. I know it have, y'all. So it's, you know, like the stuff that what we see today, what I see, what we see, it is imperative, important, so important, y'all. We say something, because the mind can't teach what the mind don't know. And I was talking about the hating thing with people on here and stuff like that. I'm really serious, because you know, everybody not gonna like you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not gonna like you. Kanye, multi-billion-dollar man, brother, going against everything that what he done learned, going against everything what he done did, coming into the knowledge of self, because he on here talking about the rights that we have, and it's going against their intellectual status of what they are about. So through the line of history, we have seen every time this happened with all of them, they dummy them down. So this is proof. This is proof. I'm not here to judge. We're here to investigate. We're here to point it out. We're here to see, let it be known, and understand that these bourgeoisies and the coup d'etats and the Freemasons and all of the York right, Scottish right, all of them. All of them. I don't know why I came to the Bolay, Black Bolay, the one that's with the other brother that started it from another mother. All of them on all the sides, the left hand people, all the sides. They own it because they have secured their wealth in circulation. And for us that's down here, the people that are on the bottom pole, or this totem pole in society, this triangle pyramid thing, where as you elevate yourself, you're supposed to do this and do that to secure yourself but you don't really secure yourself. You know what I was thinking about, y'all? You know how like Russell Simmons, he had got on there and he was trying to point out getting a check. All money ain't good money. He was trying to direct that to Kanye, talking about some, oh yeah, the money, oh yeah, and we did this with Just and Fat Farm and all this stuff like that. Yeah, but we know, Russell Simmons, what you about. We know what you got going on. So don't try to act like you don't know what time it is. You trying to be a good little person within the frame so you can start getting some of that money that Kanye ain't getting now. Now, all of them, since he done lost them deals, watch all of them start coming together, talking about him real bad, and watch what the Jews do. They're going to start giving out wealth to all of them, try to make him look more and more so unintelligent, crazy, and all that. They waiting on him to bust a nutty. Don't that what they do to us? The gang up and the ridicule and the pointer finger. I done been on many jobs. They done me like that. That's why they let you work with them when there's 10 of them or more gathered and it's only you one. You supposed to protect all of them. Since Kanye West ain't protecting them no more, he ain't being their composer. Now it's you. How could you do it? Man, you letting them people know what's going on. Man, you letting them know. Well, guess what? It was time. Y'all, it was time for him to let us know. Everything has a purpose and a place and a time. We're in the constellation now. Y'all think this something? We about to be up in this thing for over 2,000 and some more years. I can keep it going. Just look it up. This era, this is the dawning of a new age. We're in the prerequisites of the new constellation of Aquarius. And it's going down. It's going down. Thank you so much. Thank you, Most High. Thank you, Mother Goddess. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you. No more that we are going to be able to just keep on calling on the name of an entity that's unbeknown really to us. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Hold on. We got a glitch in the matrix. Dog it. Hold on. We got a glitch in the matrix. Back again, y'all. My bad. Wow. It's pretty much a glitch in the matrix. But let me go to the video. I don't want to talk too monologue with y'all too much. Y'all know pretty much what I'm about. Y'all done seen the videos already. And we're going to get into some more. But let's go.
The only thing, you know, the only movie the words the Buddha coming from that day. And that's because it was translated from the hieroglyphics.
Let me fix this right quick. I hope it don't mess the audio up. Because I want to do it where it don't have a lag. Let me see. Okay, let's see how this gonna go. Let's see.
But the oldest text in the world, which I think is predate that, is the Hermetic text. We're talking about something that's thousands of years old. We're talking about after the Library of Alexandria. They came in.
Library Alexandria. All those books right now. Those books, they have translated, went in, made different other books from that. A lot of that stuff now, they want to consider it now mysticism, black magic, all this stuff that they say that's what we shouldn't understand. But to not understand that that's part of our history, being from Africa, living in the United States of America, people born out here for many generations, not knowing what's going on out there in Africa, Kemet, the Hopi River on down from the Congo, everything from the 1800s, none, because we were born here, native of this land. It's been told to us for many years that Africans are this and that and this. And I've talked to different people from Ghana and Tanzania and Africa. And I would have went to an old name, Tanzania. And Ghana and like the part where, you know, when they come over, they be in the university. Come on, y'all know, man, thing. But cause I'm over here by, I could take a train ride and I can go to where USC at, and I can go. I'm telling y'all, I've been there, and I can go over there and look around and stuff. They got the Rose Garden and stuff over there, and it's beautiful, beautiful scenery. And I stop and I talk to some of the people over there, and they're from different cultures, and the stories that they say all line up with the different aspects of what they say, monotheism, and the other all of them, y'all. It's just amazing how each stories that what I hear all relate back to Kemet. All of them, no matter how they dressed it up. And I can understand that because it was over 3,000 deities that we did not worship. We learned from them. We learned nature. We learned what it is to how to not just survive, to coexist with the earth, not to blend in, not to fit in, to be one with, to be the marriage. That's what the whole learning process was for. Us. Why we felt the need to teach other people. And other people, yes, we you know what? Y'all got to check out Rod Hayes. I don't want to get into that a whole lot. But as I'm learning more and more and more, we gonna learn more and more and more together. Knowledge of self, of where we have been and what has done, it civilizes you. That's the whole point of you taking the time to do this. That's the foundation, general basis of you even having that spirit in you, that when you turn on your TV and stuff, for some reason the direction of source energy comes to you, and it comes out in the TV, radio, all this stuff, and you pick onto it. You pick it up. It come to you. It's for you. It's meant for you. This is meant for you. All of this. It's like you are the chosen one. If you think about it, yes, other people are not going to be on your level, and you have to understand that you have to learn that, number one, I love myself enough to where I have no business being in this situation with whoever these people are that I'm trying to get in to fit in. Because number one, if they honored me, if they cherished me as a man, they wouldn't treat you the way they treat you. They wouldn't talk to you the way they talk to you. They wouldn't act, dog it. Hold on, y'all. We got another glitch. That's all right. Things happen, right? Things happen, right? Things happen. Things happen. Things happen. Don't worry. Things happen. But anyway, it's about understanding about your generational past, and about you do have a past. You do have it, and it didn't just come from no slavery. It didn't just come from where your mother or father said, well, your grandparents was here and here. you got to remember the wars that we did get a chance to know about. The World War One and Two, the Gulf War, Iraqi wars, all the stuff that our parents did. We did get a chance in the 80s to see those clips and videos and pictures and things like that. Now that memory is lost. Maybe those that's out there that are in different parts that are, that I'm gonna say, without it being black, being void of color, but I'm gonna say black as us being all together as one. I'm gonna say it like that, black. That maybe we can start sharing that again, the people that do have that history. Because I think that we do got some people out there that got it, that they just sitting on it. They sitting on it. 777, the triple, the 777s, the seven circle. All those good things, all those good books and stuff, Everybody know about Paul, right? Paul. Remember that, y'all. And you know what the thing is, y'all? People gonna say, nah, no, it wasn't. The thing is, it is no right or wrong. You 100% right, 100% wrong. You gonna get it. It's gonna ping, 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 ping. You gonna learn a lot as you keep on going. You gonna see how a lot of this stuff got authenticated. And I'm going to always say this. In the time that we were in this slavery, our ancestors, a lot of the inventions that you see today was already done. They just sat on it. They'll sit on it until the person that did it died, and their kids come around, and then they'll say that their kid made it after they didn't worked on it for so long and went to school on it and sat on it and made it. It's all part of the play, an old trick in the playbook. You know what I'm saying? Old trick in the playbook. You know what I'm saying? It's the thing is, they don't want you to know the playbook. I am waiting on here to see. How Martin Luther King said black people and white people supposed to be together and sit down and fellowship all the time. I'm waiting on them to start telling everything what's going on. Since you're talking about we supposed to be real brothers and sisters. Yeah, go ahead. Talk about it. I want to hear it. I want to hear about Sergeant Pepper, General Pat. Now, I want to hear y'all say about what you done. Stop being, y'all hear about what we done done. You hear about what you done done. Josephus, Paul. Let me give y'all this, y'all. It's some people bumping, y'all. Y'all know y'all hear that. They bumping. Look here, check it out. Pope Sylvester, right? Wrote when Constantine got when Constantine and them got consecrated, and Ptolemy, Soter and them became the first European pharaohs and stuff out of Kemet. Military conquest. Pope Sylvester wrote Constantine a letter and gave him 10% within the contents of that letter that adopted and turned into this tributary of 10%, where you think that you're giving it to the Lord God, but the Lord God is actually, need I say more? Okay, I don't need to say more then. I need to just leave it just like that. I don't need to say more. Do me a favor. Just like I was telling a friend, my uncle, my UNK. In order to get somebody to understand what you're saying, to move on, to get in, no matter what you say, you got the black dot, you got the black seed. So that's got to be stirred up because it's chaos. So within the context of this chaos, this is the chaos. This, what you talking about? But speak your words of passion, the double-edged sword, into an existence of knowledge that you can be able to penetrate some things on the lower levels right now, y'all. The simple things. This is what we're working on. Let the big things come as they may by us taking it one day at a time. Okay? Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has worries within itself. Yes, you write down. Yeah, you plan. And take your time with that. Let me tell you something. You ain't in no hurry for nobody. If you in a hurry for someone else, the gratification of that is going to be with someone else. Yeah, you will get a fulfillment for a while or whatever. But after it's all said and done, some people will learn from it. Some people won't. It'll bring on a lot of disease and dismemberment of self. I made a mistake. I remember I was talking about the importance of people. You are important. And when you go outside the box, you are even more important, because that takes strength. To be able to look a man or woman in the eyes and be able to tell them your side and your stance and morals in life, instead of a dogma. Hearing something what somebody else said. Because listen, we all become what they say a steward, a learner, a student. The cup being filled up. As those cups become different cups in life, you take on different characteristics of energies in your life as you grow in your life. Time, age, perception, knowledge, being around the good people, being structured around yourself, around what you want, saying, calling it out into an existence. This take, when you become what they say a magician in self, and you having the tools and the wands and the things laid out in front of you to do it, you are not in a rush.
Christ and all of the actual theology is not real and it is not legitimate, but the way they presented it and the way they put it together, they made like it was some miracle that just came up 2,000 years ago, and basically it was a summary from all the other ancient stuff that they summarized down. And the first of the books is some good books. The Soul Bible, the Last Stargate Bible, the Septuagint Bible, and all those, but by the time it comes to the idea came.
So, this is my disclaimer again. If I didn't say it again, it's gonna be smoking. If you can't take the heat, get you out the kitchen. All right, let's go on back to the video. Much love.
Was the differences between different races and the differences between two races. Now we're talking about.
Now, what Bobby Hemming is talking about right now, y'all, in the Temple of Ramses. Go look in my videos. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it in the Temple of Ramses the third. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see all the different races. This is what Bush and them, when he was the president, not the daddy, Prescott, the son. He said at one time, talking about, yeah, because you know they scholars and everybody go over there and all that stuff, and you know them people over there, they not us. That's them that they didn't got the agreement with. They able to go over there and go on up there and look and all that stuff, flash they sign, and they all up in there with pride. With their pride. So look, he in there talking about it. Got on the news and talked about it. It was exciting to him. Now, as we in the inner city looking for benefits and stuff from the government, or those that ain't looking for no benefits from no government, they out there getting it while they're getting out, they're getting it, and all this stuff. All these laws and all this stuff is set up not only to lock you down, but it's to keep you in check, keep you in line, keep you in place, keep you this, keep you that, keep you here, keep you there, keep you everywhere. All this keeping, when it should be what we did was greeting and meeting and telling the actual facts of the matter. And that's what we did. We gave people the facts of life. It is. It's a blessing. Yeah, one part, you know, y'all y'all check out Rod Hayes. I give credit when credit was due. Check him out. I promise you, you're going to be blessed. You're going to learn. You're going to find yourself spending multiple hours in higher levels in scholarship and study. You'll be able to write things down on one accord and get a concordance, and then get your own appendix going from the Greek, Roman mythologies, Egyptian pantheon, all that. You know, it's going to be broken down to you. Why? Now, I'm speaking to those right now that want to know. That's who I'm speaking to. My seekers. There go the Hermetic text right there.
What's going to happen to black people behind? To the sea. In this prophecy. And the reason why I say you can get, we got two of these. We have the prophecy that's what's going to happen. All those is a greater prophecy and all. I was able to get 1, 2,
Y'all know what's prophecy?
pages, which is a lot, but I can get from 6 pages, but I was able to get 6 pages from it, and my graphic design and all, I looked it all up.
Prophecy. Y'all know what's prophecy, right?
But like you said,
I know y'all do.
the European released the information in 1992. 6 volumes.
I know y'all do. We got some very important, very intelligent people on here. Share this broadcast, y'all. Share the broadcast. Share it. Share the broadcast. Share it. Share the broadcast, y'all. I'ma say it. Very important. Very important, y'all. Share it. Because this is so very important. We getting where we learning knowledge, y'all, as far as different books that was lost, now they found. We coming into the knowledge of who we are as a people and the energy that's within us. The 666, what they told us that it was don't get into that. It's evil. It's dark. It's this. Well, I'm dark. And if you push me, I will get evil. But evil can be good. Eddie Murphy said that. It's about breaking down what you say. That's what make you understand what's going on. That intelligence, y'all, comes from self. That comes from knowing yourself. That comes from conviction in yourself. that come from you taking the time when you have them lonely nights and you thinking about it and you crying about stuff and you cleansing out yourself about a lot of old energy, a lot of old mess, a lot of old stuff that done took place in your life. Trust me. Trust the black. This one here, it's okay. On this word, what I'm saying right now, it's okay. Promise. Because it's like, you know when you got your cup and let's say you done filled it up full of bull. Right? Ain't serving you no purpose at all. The people don't call you, don't check up on you, don't see what's up. You can talk about this all day, every day. Still don't change nothing. See, the key is, the secret to us getting this is to start connecting. I know I'm going to sound redundant too. Is to start connecting with the people that follows your source, your energy. It's the energy, y'all. It's that energy. Bing, 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 bing. They know. Trust me, they know. That's why look, I'd rather have a real brother with me, a real person I'm really connecting with, than having somebody that's with me and then they like, oh yeah, you my brother, but really, you really ain't really trying to be nothing to me. You just saying that because we affiliated this way. That's the only reason why you kick it with me. So we got to do better than that. I can't bang that one. Excuse me.
I was starting out lecture notes in Atlanta, and I told the brothers and sisters to get the information. But what happened was the 12 of the book was $50. You see, you know how that is. $50 off, but then again, see, that's doing that twice. You know, and it's still 100. So it's but you see what I'm saying? And now Quick charging $85 for a concert.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
He did.
The goal of charging $85.
You know why they got to do that. You already know why.
Prophecy in your own house. Egypt, Israel, West Africa, all that.
Excuse me.
They say Egypt. They just mean black people and black land. So they will pick one section, which will be the original black Hebrews. You see what I'm saying? The original black people all over Egyptians, South Africa, the original black people all over. So when they use that, that's how you gotta read anciently. You gotta understand that if you're talking about 2,000, you're talking about history, which is the problem of let's say about 10,000 years ago. So they don't use insurance. They explain one whole body, a race of people. So they talk about a race.
Right.
So there's one person, one place that each at this particular time is the main empire.
Right.
There's one, will deal with the Hebrews and maybe on the extension of the Ethiopians that will break off from that. But they still talk about one people who died. So this particular process. Because
that's true, y'all, because Ethiopia, one time, that was the name of Africa. Ethiopia, too. So, you got to remember something, too, y'all. Queen Elizabeth got her crown from Kenya. Took it back over there to Europe. Remember, all of this is military conquest under disguise of fellowship and being a pilgrim to the land. What happened to the Panadi Indians? Look it up. The Panadi Indians, look it up. Pilgrims came. The Sahara, you're going to hear me always say it, the Sahara was not always a desert. It's a desert land now. Look in my videos, y'all. Y'all going to see how the wealth of Africa got divided up so much into all these races. You could see how much they just raped the ground, all because, for real, think about it, 27 dynasties, we didn't need a military structure. Everybody got along. If we didn't, whatever it was, we settled it, and settled it right then as we kept on going. That, remember, Egypt and all that, that's on the bottom scale of us going into this spell of sleep. Remember, y'all, we coming out of the spell. The way of coming out of a spell from spelling is to understand the spell. And it takes time. If you get it overnight, good. Share it. Because we need to know. Big time. We're in that time. Let's go. So appreciate y'all so much. Glad y'all here. Thank you so much for being here. And make sure you comment. Share. Share the broadcast, y'all. Share. Put it on your heart. Share. Let it stir you up. Share the broadcast, y'all. Share. Two beings in society. Where have you heard this from? You've heard Cat Williams say this. You've heard a lot of people say that. You've heard preachers say this before. Look, the little churches instead of the mega churches, the churches that I remember we was going to ping-ponging around and stuff like that. Because I remember my pop and my mother, they sung for the New Blending Voices. And we used to ping-pong all around California. From Bakersfield all out there, everything. And they used to get out there and sing their hearts out. And me growing up, learning that, think about it. Now I'm a grown man and learning under a different scholarship. See, when I was very fortunate to, when I went to a university, I knew what I wanted to go into and study. So soteriology that just opened the door. That opened up everything. When I kept on doing my own research with, my teachers that was with me. Nobody didn't know this. Nobody knew. Everybody was talking about me. Everybody was saying all type of weird stuff that I'm this and I'm that. Y'all, I had to today. I love my babies. I'll say my children. I still call them my babies. I give them because I have to give them the ability to be able to come to dad on their own with this, because I have to step back and value that I'm not with their mothers, and they have been taught totally different. And I promise it's not like a wish. I could have endowed myself in it more, but unfortunately to the powers that be that was dealing around everything at the time, y'all already know it's already against us. And I'm talking about, like, for instance, y'all, I'm an empath, okay? A lot of empath people attract narcissistic, sociopathic, egotistical people. I had to learn that. I didn't know that. I always used to think that it was just something wrong with me because it's the other person telling me things that's about me and this and that. But I never came from a home, even though I'm from the east side, from the hood as they call it. Grew up in the projects too. Even though I'm from that, I got that stereotype. That's on me, that stereotype. Excuse me. I apologize, y'all. But as far as this and all of everything else that what I'm showing y'all, everything like that and everything what we going through and all the videos and stuff, all that is against the grain. You ain't supposed to be on here doing this because they got stuff set up that's against all of this. Especially the bourgeoisies and the coup d'etats and all the, you know what I'm saying? The ones that do know this, they share that amongst themselves in different think tanks and groups and things like that. They talk in code and sign. Thankful that Bobby Hemmett, since the early 90s, with all of the other great leaders, even if I ain't called their names out, look at them video calling their names out, they still pushing. Even today, look at the videos, y'all, they still pushing. They still. That's what we need to go forth. That's what we need to push forth. To change the brain waves in the mind. Because they've been corrupted. It's a corruption in the system. It's a corruption in the database. We gotta put in the not Norton disease fighter. You got to put in your disease fighter with everything. You got to do the whole body. The whole body. Look out for some videos that I'm going to put out as far as the products that we can take for our body to do cleanses. Heal your mind. Your throat, ears, nose, throat, heart, vena cava. If you having problems with muscular, y'all, I'm telling you, I have muscles problems. Bad, real bad. I'll tell you like this. If I go to the hospital, I got to get a shot of morphine for me to get back going again. That's why I'm very careful about what I do. I've been through trauma. And guess what? I got to do this for myself. I can't rely on nobody else to help me on this. Nobody. Because a lot of times, y'all, people are very they know that we got this gene in us that we can like keep going and shit. You know, one arm, one leg. You know, half a face. You're still going. That's because we was under that. Even now, they make you do it. Push you. But they saying, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, push you to the test and all that. Run and do the triathlons and all that stuff. But when you know that, hey man, I got to take a step back on that, all that. I'm going to have to figure out a way how to do it another way. You have every right to take that step and to do it. I have to do small incremental steps. Y'all see the little workout boy right there? Y'all, sometime this arm, this motherfucker can't even lift. Now, how real is that? Now, how about how real is that? Now, we're going to go real now. Bullets. 3 inches, 3 centimeters steel from my sciatic nerve. You think I got time to be out here everything I say and everything I do got to be just, because my time is very important to me. My life is very important to me. Very precious to me. When you go through a phase where when you in the hospital and you laying there, but you don't know nothing, but your family been told that you have died, and you don't even know, you can't remember nothing. See, some people, they can say they remember, but some people can't remember. I'm one of them people. I can't remember that happened. The only thing I know, I woke up and the stories was being told to me. So as I've been here blessed, and I say saved and all that, and filled with my yacht. They say the Holy Spirit, but I know it's my ancestors. I know. I'm not going to count out my great grandmama, my grandfather, my great grandmother, my grandmother. Y'all know that y'all know they was there, right? Did y'all know you can still talk to them? You can still talk to them. Y'all, all this is for a reason. Sir, Bobby, we talking about let them think whatever, because you healing everything that was been taken out of you. You've been displaced, hoodwinked, bamboozled, thinking that you don't have no power, no history, no life, no abundance, no self, no nothing. You just supposed to be just here. Nah, we more than here. We more than here, y'all.
The permanent atoms and what is the non-permanent atom. And it tells between the two permanent, the permanent atoms and the non-permanent atoms. Which would be indigenous people, as in white person, is only 10% of them, well, less than 10% of them, that would have a permanent atom, it would be black and don't know it. So we have to get the whole set for 5 volts.
Share the broadcast, y'all. Share the broadcast. It's so beautiful to know that you could have got just, y'all, I'm telling you, call out what you want. I'm telling you, it's gonna come to you. It ain't gonna come. Look, it ain't gonna come when you want it to, but it's gonna come right on time. It's gonna come right on time. You see it and you believe it, and when you get it, you act on it, y'all. Then you roll on it. You keep on doing it. And I'm gonna tell you something. You educate your kids. Educate the children. We ain't gonna call them kids, because kids it's like a baby goat. All right. So our children, teach them thy ways, for that way that you teach them shall not depart from them. As we get older, the influence instructor that what you teach them, that's what carries them in life. Now, you want your child to be a good child, good productive person in life, society, then therefore you have to talk to your children about being that in life. You got to sit them down. Y'all, I know we work. I know you go work. I know you do this, but if you could do it for somebody else, you could do it for your babies. And I'm going to tell you something. Stop thinking that just because our children are 4 and 5 and 3 and 2 and 1 and 6 and 7 and 10 and 12, and they don't know nothing. Yes, they do. They are recording everything. It's already in the DNA. They've been recording it since they was in the womb. So while they're going through this stuff that we're going through, first of all, they can't go through what we go through because we're grown. So we educate them to make very good educated decisions, critical thinking. Once you have in your child that they are strong, they not no piece of crap on the ground. They not nothing that what you didn't call them and stuff to reflect on. And if you have done it, go in there and give them a hug and tell them how much you love them. I have to, when your child get grown, and they start making decisions that rebel against you, you have to let them do it. Go ahead and do it. But in the process of that, if it's causing you hurt and harm and danger, you got to step back. One day they're going to come to you. That's why we got the power of prayer. You pray for them. You keep a hedge over them. No matter what. You keep loving them. Sometimes you may not have to talk to them. Sometimes you got to let them find out for themselves. And then when that time comes, they'll come out, and that was just on my heart. That was on my heart to those that's on here listening. While you getting this knowledge and stuff, I know I took a step back to take it away and bring it on that with the children and everything, because as well as they say the children is the future, guess what? We're right now, this is important, so the future lies right now with us to push it forward, so that way when they do get it, there it is. I ain't gotta say too much. Ashay?
Of what we call slave pamphlets. There was not a Willie Lynch letter. There were bunches of Willie Lynch letters. And what they really were pamphlets that would be infomercials now, and the topic would be, well, something along the lines of how to raise slaves for fun and profit. So he would style some of his pamphlets as a letter from William Lynch. Now, William Lynch lived in Bermuda, and that was part of the American colony system that was controlled by Great Britain. And he traveled between Bermuda, the Bahamas, to Barbados, to Jamaica, to America. Not so much Canada, because they didn't have a really big slave contingent because of the weather not favoring the growth of cotton and tobacco and such crops up there. And he gave instruction on how to enslave, raise, and work slaves. One of his secrets, which was the real one, was not the one that some people claim, which was divide and conquer. That was only ancillary. His main secret was that the Negro and the horse are very similar. You cannot domesticate a wild herd stallion unless you castrate it, neuter it, fix it. But you can take a wild herd, even the chief herd mare, and you can domesticate her. And if you do, the mare will domesticate her foals, i.e. her offspring, for you. And my ex used to raise horses. We had a whole bunch of them on this ranch I had out in Ojai, California. And if you acquired a foal that had been weaned from its mother, you had a lot of work to do. But if you left the foal with the mother would quasi-domesticate the foal for you. The same way that the Negro female was induced to inculcate her slave children with the elements of slavery as a matter of culture, and her female offspring would inculcate their male and female offspring with the elements of slavery. So that was his secret. Another one he had was slave marriage. And the purpose of slave marriage was to further undercut the masculinity that was still with the slaves. And what you were told to do by Willie Lynch was to get a stud. Strong, masculine, and physical stature. And you used him as a stud, but the person you got for the stud, you also simultaneously wanted as the preacher for the slaves. So if you couldn't afford one, go in with your neighbors to buy one collectively and just pass them around. Now, why is that important? The slave master was told to visit the slave services, so if the female slaves got happy, got to shouting and rolling around on the ground, in other words, they got the spirit, and you see it in modern churches, the nurses fan the woman who's laying down on the ground, quivering. That was supposed to indicate that the slave woman was coming into estrus, so you should have the slave preacher / stud have sex with her within the next 3 days so you could increase your livestock. And oh, by the way, if you had allowed, as he said you should, slave marriage, then the slave male would be demoralized because the slave preacher would be having sex with his slave wife, often in the hovel that he lived in, on the pallet that he slept with his slave wife on, and all of these babies that she would be having would not be his, and he would be upset about the whole thing. So it's a mind game. Take another thing he said, when you get fresh Negroes, if you're in a district that has a lot of fresh Negroes, you should let them roam freely amongst the plantations and see who becomes the chief. And when you have spied on them and determined those who are going to be the chiefs and the higher-ups in the slave hierarchy, wait until late at night, fall upon them, seize them, chain them, strip them naked, affix them to railings or fences, have a slave pervert sodomize them, torture them until they scream or not, whatever the case may be. Pick the one you want to be the breeder, do something like cutting a foot off, you can still breed, and then kill the other one so the slave females and slave children will see that they can't go to the slave men, even the would-be chiefs, and get any kind of protection. And that means that the slave women would turn to the white man or to the slave woman for any kind of help. And he specifically said, never ever deal with elder slave males, always deal with the gray-haired elder female slaves, and that's how you set this up. So the whole thing that he did was predicated on emasculation of the Negro community. Now, when I was on the bench as a judge, I found that if you wanted to reduce crime, what you did is undo that negative culture in the black community that was spreading rapidly 30 years ago, 25 years ago, and you caused the boys to become masculine, and they assumed the qualities of men where they wanted to make where they lived a better place, a safer place, and they dealt with it that way. And now we find that you can't even get it through mainstream media, which is trying to continue this process of emasculation and make that part of the culture. That was part of the slave culture. But now here's another thing. I have to add this caveat. The uncle of my last ex-wife, who I met way before I met her, in fact, I met her at his funeral, he was head of, a part of public housing for the city, and we did a study, and we found that of those people who had been in public housing for 4 generations or more, we could trace 90% plus of them back to slave plantations where there had been at least 200 slaves on the plantation. In other words, they were a product of a breeding program that William Lynch had recommended. Now, the first pamphlet or letter from Willie Lynch that I was aware of was dated 1708. And that's the earliest that I could find in the Library of Congress, and was the earliest of one of these slave pamphlets. So he had been making these things, these recommendations that were taught by the slave masters to the slave women, so they'd make them part of the slave culture. A lot of slaves were just somebody had one slave, two slaves. That didn't count. But these plantations where there were a lot of them, they implemented that with great vigor, and that became part of the slave culture. So what was happening at the latter part of the 20th century, this was back in the 1990s, you found that what with the welfare system that had been put in place by the end of the 1960s, where it was babies for, or bucks for babies. In other words, the more babies you had, the bigger your check was. This population that occupied, say, in Memphis public housing, that was descendants of slave plantations where they were bleeding, they became more and more representative of the black community. So that has been spread, and if the gangster hip-hop rap star wanted to have street cred, he came from that place, or tried to act like he was, and without realizing it, he's spreading that effeminized culture. All of the naked women on stage with a gangster hip-hop rap video, those aren't sex objects. That's what his grandmama, aunts, and his mama looked like on July when they're sitting on the back stoop with booty shorts on, a little halter, and drinking a 40 ounce and smoking a joint or a cigarette.